Okay, they said I have a clicker up here, so. And there's a sign of age. Margo, you left your stuff here too. You know what? I'm just gonna take her stuff and give it to her. Just a moment. Thank you. Who said past governors are good for nothing? Good morning. I was asked to speak about the impact your support makes on children in our district. So to begin with, I'll start with my story. I was born and grew up on the island of Kauai. That's the furthest west you can go in the Cal-Nev-Ha district and still have a Kiwanis club. Yeah, that's where I'm from. That tiny rock. Okay. The population when I was in high school was about 50,000, and now has a population of about 65,000. And I attended Kauai High School. Yeah, that's me. And yes, I think that's an eagle. We used to call it a chicken. Okay. And I joined the Key Club at the end of my freshman year in 1982. Back then, Key Club, back then there was Key Club and there was Kiwanettes. One for boys, one for girls. Joining Key Club was by invitation only. You had to be recommended by a teacher. Okay, when school restarted in the fall, we resumed our Key Club activities, but on November 23rd, 1982, Hurricane Eva struck Kauai. Yeah, so that's Kauai, and you can see the hurricane. Okay, Eva caused $312 million in damages, mostly on Kauai. At Kauai High School, the gym was severely damaged, along with several classroom buildings. Schools remained closed because they were unable to accommodate their students. What did us Key Clubbers do? We showed up at school, helped teachers relocate their classrooms, and helped clean up debris. Yeah, you heard that right. We helped clean up and prepare our school so that it could reopen. Naturally, I think some of the other students wanted to give us swift kicks in our butts. But the cafeteria staff had food that they had to use up, so we actually had free lunch every day we went to go help clean up. Okay. I became Key Club president in 1983-84, and island coordinator for the 84-85 school year. And then when I graduated in 1985, one of the scholarships I received was from the Kiwanis Cal-Nev-Ha Foundation. So I left Kauai. I attended the University of Southern California and graduated on time in 1989. I attended law school at the University of Hawaii and graduated from the Richardson School of Law in 1992 when I passed the Hawaii bar exam. So I returned to Kauai, that little rock, remember? And in 1993, and one of the first things I did was join the Kiwanis Club of Kauai. I worked in private practice, and in 1994, I was elected as a member of the Kauai County Council. During that time, I also served as the Kiwanis advisor of the Kapaa High School, a rival high school, Kapaa High School Key Club. I later moved to Honolulu and then to Maui, and after a while, I returned to Kauai in 2003 following the death of my mother. I rejoined the Kauai Club and served as president during the 2004-2005 Kiwanis year. And in the 2005-2006, I had my first taste of Kiwanis outside of Hawaii. Now, I had attended the International Convention in Honolulu when we had it here, but this is the first time that I got involved with Kiwanis outside of Hawaii. In 2005, I joined Patty Barsati's team as Lieutenant Governor for Division 22. You remember the coats? Those coats? I still have mine. I did not sell it on eBay like some of you did, okay? Now, it still fits, but my boss at the time would not let me wear it to court. So, it's in storage someplace. And then toward the end of 2006, I moved back to Maui, and I rejoined the prosecutor's office. I also joined the Kiwanis Club of Kahului, Maui, and I served as president in 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2015, 2016, 2016 to 2017, and currently 2017 to 2018. For some reason, they always say you need to know who your successor is. And obviously, I did not know who mine was, but I do have one this year. Okay. I also currently serve, as mentioned, on the foundation board, and I'm finishing up my 6th and final year. Now, that photo is actually from the Maui News. Every so many years, the Supreme Court in Hawaii goes out to the different islands and actually has a real oral argument for the high school kids. They prepare the high school kids before the argument. They actually have a real case. And that one was the one that was on Maui. Well, you guys got rid of that picture. And yeah, there we go. And I actually won that case, so it's one of the ones that I won. Okay. So in addition to Kiwanis, I continue to serve my community as a member of the Maui County Sister Cities Foundation, the Maui 442nd Veterans Club, as the Maui member on the Hawaii Advisory Council on Emergency Management, and as a member of the board for the National District Attorneys Association. All of this would not have been possible had I not joined Key Club and received the foundation scholarship. And that's over 30 years ago. Key Club and Kiwanis shaped my life and instilled in me the desire to help my community. But my story isn't unique. It's typical of many who went through the SLP programs and joined Kiwanis. We improved the lives of many of the youths in our communities, and the foundation is an important means of doing that. Your contributions to the foundation make a difference for young people in our district. You're all aware of the ways that the foundation helps kids in the communities. But let me give you some additional information over the past 6 years that I've been on the board. Your scholarships, obviously near and dear to my heart. Over the past 6 years, the foundation has presented over $768,000 in scholarships. That's an average of $128,000 a year. And that's to Key Club. And that's to Key Club, Kiwins, and Circle K members. So we educate our future leaders. They sent me these pictures. I'm not too keen about the guy wearing the UCLA shirt. Okay. SLP training. As you know, the foundation pays for SLP board trainings, and over the past 6 years, the foundation has provided over $423,440 in training. We train the future leaders of our communities. Disaster and club grants. The foundation began over 50 years ago to help with a natural disaster. The foundation has presented or has issued almost $5,300 in disaster grants over the past 6 years. The foundation also issues club grants for first-time non-fundraising projects. Over the past 6 years, the foundation paid over $70,525 in club grants. What were some of these projects? The Kiwanis Club of Costa Mesa provided Chromebook computers and shopping sprees for low-income children. The Kiwanis Club of Poe provided a reading room at an elementary school. And the Kiwanis Club of Carmichael helped to renovate a nature area that is now used by a Boy Scout troop and an elementary school. PTP Club and SLP grants. The Pediatric Trauma Program is the Foundation's major emphasis. Over the past 6 years, the Foundation has provided over $59,937 in grants to clubs and SLPs for qualified PTP projects. What were some of these projects? The clubs of Division 47 provided bicycle helmets and safety training for underprivileged children. The Kiwanis Club of Carmichael provided child safety seat stickers in their communities. And the Kiwanis Club of Alpine provided safety equipment to the Alpine American Little League. And finally, partner hospital grants. These are also PTP related. Over the past 6 years, the Foundation provided almost $665,160 in grants to partner hospitals for an average of about $111,000 a year. Which brings me to the pediatric burn unit up at Kapiolani Medical Center. You heard from Amanda previously. Kapiolani was awarded $25,000 about 7 years ago to start a pediatric burn unit. There was no pediatric burn unit, burn center in Hawaii, and children with serious burn injuries had to be treated on the mainland. I hear some of you guys call it the States. Last time I checked, this is the state of Hawaii. So, anyway. So, I'm from one of the neighbor islands, meaning I'm not from Oahu, where Honolulu is. Some people call it derogatorily the outer islands. But let me explain it to you from that perspective. So, you're a child and receive a serious burn injury on a neighbor island. I'm from Maui, so let's say it happens to you on Maui. Okay. So what happens? You're transported by ambulance to the local hospital on Maui. That would be Maui Memorial Medical Center. And who knows how long that takes? It depends on where you get hurt. You arrive at the hospital and you're stabilized and evaluated. Once they determine you need further treatment, you're transported by ambulance to the airport, maybe 20 or 30 minutes, being unloaded and offloaded, and then you're flown to Honolulu by air ambulance, maybe another hour, including unloading and offloading. You land in Honolulu and are transported by ambulance to Kapiolani, at least another 30 minutes. You are evaluated at Kapiolani and they determine that you need further treatment. You are loaded back up on an ambulance and transported back to Daniel K. Inouye International Airport, another 30 minutes, and loaded into another air ambulance. So those of you who are visiting from the mainland, remember your plane trip here, about 5 hours? You think about being on that plane. Not that plane, a smaller plane. So you're in pain, strapped to a gurney, in a little itty-bitty tube of a jet, traveling 5 hours. Okay, that's what happened before this burn unit. So what happens now? Let's take the same example. You're a child on Maui and you receive a serious burn injury. You're transported by ambulance to Maui Memorial Medical Center. At Maui Memorial, the staff is now trained by Kapiolani under the grant on how to prepare a patient for transport to Kapiolani. You're transported to Kahului Airport via ambulance and are flown to Honolulu via air ambulance. Then transported to Kapiolani by ambulance. And then, that's it. You remain at Kapiolani for treatment. We help do this. Okay, because of us, children from Hawaii who suffer serious burn injuries can remain in Hawaii for their treatment. As a child of the neighbor islands and the Kiki-Oka'aina, a child of Hawaii, I thank you. Without your help, it would not be possible. You know, I try to play the tough as nails, cold-blooded prosecutor, but every time I think about this, I kind of tear up. Thank you. But our job isn't done. There's more to do. There's more children to protect, more scholarships to award, more SLPers to train, and more service projects to do. The kids in our district are counting on us. Don't let them down. Thank you very much for your support of the foundation, our foundation. And please continue with your support. I want to leave you with this thought. You don't know who the child you help today will be tomorrow, or will be in the future. Remember this? One can make a difference. Right, about 15 years ago, Kiwanis International came up with a One Can Make a Difference campaign. They had several public service announcements. You saw one yesterday, right, in which they showed who children grew up to become with the help that they had from Kiwanis. So they had, right, a Nobel Peace Prize winner. They had the person who finds the cure to cancer. They had a multiple-year Science Teacher of the Year award winner. And they had a two-time NBA championship coach. And you never know. The child you help today may just become a 51-year-old goofy-looking Kiwanian. And with that, thank you very much for your help of the foundation. Mahalo.